This is ZNS Total Sports, brought to you by Fourth Terrace Diagnostic Center.
Happy Boxing Day, Bahamas. Welcome to sports. I'm Jared Higgs. The second installment of the much-anticipated Popeyes Bahamas Bowl is now in the books, and your new champions, the Western Michigan Broncos. Coming off the first bowl game win in their school's history, a few players from Western Michigan reflected on their experience here in the Bahamas. For wide receivers Corey Davis and Daniel Braverman, it was their first time being outside the United States.
We got to play football with a lot of kids, and for some of them, they've never really played football, never heard of it, and it was a lot of fun just to see the looks on their faces, and it was really a blessing.
Every day I wake up and look outside my balcony, I just realize how blessed I am and how blessed we are to actually play football in this beautiful country.
Quarterback Zach Terrell shared a touching story of an encounter he had with a young Bahamian.
We got an opportunity to go to the orphanage, and it just so happened earlier in the day we have a professor in the aviation program, and we were at the orphanage, and I was talking to one of the kids, and he came up to me, and he's a senior, 17 years old, taking the SAT. I can kind of relate, obviously 4 years ago that was me, and I just so happened to have an aviation t-shirt with me from Western Michigan, and he was talking about how he wanted to go into aviation, and I just thought that was really cool, and just like it was with me, I was like, would you like to have it? Kind of give it to him, and it was just really cool to kind of see him kind of light up.
Congratulations again to the Western Michigan Broncos, 2015 Bahamas Bowl champions. Moving on to tennis action now, Bahamian standout Justin Roberts is enjoying his tennis at the University of South Florida. The sophomore says he prefers singles, but has seen more success in doubles. He talked about his developmental years training in Europe and what it took to get through those tough stages.
I'm living 12 hours away by plane. It's not easy, but something I committed to, and so I had to make that choice, and I had to commit to it. And I gained a lot of experience living on my own, training with good trainers and having tough competition over there in Europe. Anywhere I went was just, it just helped me see what it takes to make it to where I want to go. And I'm happy for those experiences.
How would you say 2015 was for you as a whole?
It was successful. I mean, there was definitely some highs and lows in there, but overall, I was able to finish it strong, and I definitely gained experience through those tournaments I had going to college for my first season. I just learned a lot this year.
Top-level coach Jim Lavender is in town for a tennis clinic. The Johan Crick Tennis Academy instructor has a lot of belief in Bahamian players.
I think the Bahamas, you have phenomenal talent. I think it's just a matter of getting the right structure and the right, pathway for them, and then they'll move through, because you definitely have the talent and actually the work ethic. So the players are willing to work, and you have a lot of support from the BLTA and the parents as well. So I think it's a win-win.
Bahamian collegiate basketball player Lou Rawls Tum Tum Nern spent a few days in the Bahamas over the Christmas. The Michigan State point guard and former C.R. Walker Knight standout was scheduled to head back to Michigan today. His 13-0 Spartans are scheduled to take on the Iowa Hawkeyes on Tuesday. Best of luck to Tum Tum in that game and for the remainder of the season. And up next on the sailing calendar is the Buller Edge Class C Regatta over in Georgetown, Exuma. Organizers there are expecting a record number of boats, around 13 to 14 in this year's race. Our Julian Gibson is over in Exuma, so tune into ZNS Total Sports first thing tomorrow morning for a full report on what you can expect from the last sloop sailing race of the year. Tomorrow is the start of the Providence Basketball Club Holiday Classic. It's a tournament for high school kids aimed at keeping them sharp while they're on the Christmas break. Coach Kevin Johnson is the organizer for that tournament. A tournament for the girls is also in the pipeline for the new year. The New Providence Women's Basketball Association is playing host to that. The games are set to be played between January 8th and 11th. Executives of the New Providence Volleyball Association have declared 2016 the year of DeVince Smith. Smith, a former volleyball player and coach, was found dead in his St. Albans Drive apartment earlier this week. The news came as a shock to the volleyball community, with President of the New Providence Volleyball Association, Joe Smith, saying the sport lost a giant. And that'll do it for sports on this Boxing Day. Once again, I'm Jared Higgs. Stay tuned, your weather forecast is still to come.